Hello YouTube, this is GornFan291 bringing you Doritos NHL Series Race 9. And stop number 9 for the Doritos NHL Series brings us once again to the Monster Mile, aka Kyle Sosnowski's home track. On the pole today is Zach Buchanan, Stephen Paul III to his outside, Mark Matthews and Drew Austin make up row number 2.
Drivers, start your engines!
An excellent command here today. Steve Pollard and Jeffrey Buckeye, row number 3. Austin Ogo and James Shelley on row 4. And Charles Sanford and Oriole Pollard make up row number 5. Today, Dover represents Jake Williams. Well, actually, yeah. I was pointing to Jeffrey Buckeye. Meant to say Jeffrey Buckeye because it's his as well. The second time we've made a stop here at Dover this season. But the other one, and the actual reason why we're coming to this track, is it is Jake Williams' home race for the New Jersey Devils car. Should be an excellent race. Interesting to see if Lily Murphy and Amy Shelley's rivalry almost carries over to this track. And if so, does James Shelley, or Joey Murphy, I mean, or in the 74. Whoa! Was that Jeffrey Buckeye? No, it's Harrison Buckeye, the 96. Dropping off, field is green. As I was saying, it would be interesting to see if James Shelley got involved or Joey Murphy. And a great jump by Buchanan, as all 30 guys do get the green flag. Just a tire change on the number 96 Colorado Avalanche machine. And we've talked about it all year where the Eastern Conferences seem to be more dominant, but the Western Conference 1-2 after lap number 1, and Mark Matthews will take the lead. Stephen Pollard the third underneath Buchanan. And look who's in fourth, it's Steve Pollard. Apparently couldn't make the move, and Steve's going to take advantage of it and try and go underneath Steven. As the main battle right now, a great battle here for third on the track. If they start battling, we'll take you up to the battle for the race lead. And obviously, you guys saw the Coke Vanilla race. They're taking that bomb. They want to make sure that these guys cannot get to their inside. Definitely, maybe keep an eye on Steve. He was the winner of that Coke Vanilla Cup Series race, which vaulted himself up to 10th in that standing, which would also put him into the chase automatically. And he'd get to use those 2 wins for bonus points. Harrison has gone back out 3 laps down. Sorry, I thought I heard scraping in the back, so. So Harrison Buckeye's 3.5 laps down. And this could hurt because he came into this race 8th in the Western Conference standings. So he's going to need some people to fall out or something. Possibly a battle for 3rd. Austin-Ogo has 4th and Stephen Pollard the 3rd wants it. Here comes Stephen to the inside. It's cut out. Stephen once again was peaking, not able to get there though. Here's the battle. It's Jeffrey Buckeye. He's wanting 6th from James Shelley. Jeff James now looks underneath Shelley. Lily Murphy underneath Jeff James. Attempt number 3 for Steven on making this pass. He's still there. This time he gets underneath him, and I believe he's going to make the pass for 4th. To move him up to 4th, and Jeffrey's going to prove how easy it was, as he's going to take 5th away from the 06 car. All 3 of these guys could really use good runs. None of them come in to this race. Well, actually, Jeffrey comes in 5th in the Eastern Conference, but still, the top 2 had like separated themselves by so much. Wow, Will Goss, currently running 22nd. He has yet to finish outside the top 10 in any race, and he's running in the 20s. You better hope for some pit stops or something. As here comes Harrison Buckeye, running somewhat some pretty fast laps in comparison to some people. Part of that is the fresh tires. Mark Matthews dominating. He has a almost, well, actually it'll probably be 1 second. Let's see what the gap is this time. It is indeed a 1 second lead over this man right here, the Columbus Blue Jackets machine of Zach Buchanan. He could use a good run, coming in 3rd in the Western Conference. Steve Pollard comes in like 12th, I think. Yeah, 12th in the Western. Steven comes in 15th in the Eastern Conference. And I've already said Jeffrey comes in 5th in the Eastern Conference. And interesting enough that normally it's been a story of Eastern Conference dominance, but the top 3 spots are held by the Western Conference here today. The battle is for 3rd. Closing in on Buchanan as well. Pollard peaks, he's there. Pollard gets the wall. Jeffrey Buckeye's going to follow through and move the Boston Bruins to 3rd. Well, never mind, move the Capitals, as they're going to move Jeffrey Buckeye goes from 5th to 3rd in the matter of 2 corners. And Steve's going to say, hey, bro, remember when you passed me? Now I'm going to try and pass you. So the Pollards now run 4th and 5th, but in an inverse order, as there's a battle for 6th behind them between Austin Ogo and Lily Murphy. As we're now over halfway through this one. And since we're over halfway through, I'll pose the question on whether or not these guys will have to make pit stops. And if that will become a factor, as Murphy is underneath Ogo, and we'll have him clear as she goes into turn number 1. James Shelley's not going to be close enough to catch up. Pollard got the wall, and Steve is going to look underneath. So move the Red Wings to 4th, Bruins back to 5th, and Lily Murphy's going to look for that 5th place spot. Not able to get there, though. Well, forgetting the wall, it doesn't look like he actually got it that hard. I don't believe I saw too much damage on the right side of Steve's car either, and he scraped the wall. Zach Buchanan's got a little bit of company now in the way of Jeffrey Buckeye. Who is actually running a faster lap than the race leader right now if he can go and get by Buchanan. Jeffrey's going to get or look low, but because he has to look on the straightaway, not going to be able to make the move. And for that reason, he was a tenth slower that lap. So the battle for second we'll watch as Jeffrey's peaking. He was peaking inside, not able to get there, and will lose the momentum as he peaks out again. Okay, Jeffrey's going to peak low. I think he's going to get him this time. There he goes. Buckeye to second. He's got 2.5 seconds to make up now. We'll probably watch a different battle, but we'll see if Buckeye can make any ground up on that number 6 car. Definitely going to use a lot of momentum. And look at how far he has pulled away from Buchanan now that he's cleared him. This time by the gap, 2.5 seconds exactly. And now, looks like Buchanan's tires are falling off because here comes Stephen Pollard the third. Steve's all the way back in 9th. What happened to Steve Pollard? Well, you saw it again. Same thing that with Buckeye when he was trying to pass Buchanan. Gets a little close and backs off to avoid hitting him. Pollard tries the high side to no avail that time. And this battle is going to allow Lily Murphy to try and close in a little bit. It's an even split right now, 5 and 5 for the top 10 for each conference. As Brian James takes over the 10th place spot. Still 5 and 5 though, but not a good sign as the Western Conference leader now has moved into the top 5. And here comes Pollard. He's clear of Buchanan. And now we'll try and chase down maybe Jeffrey Buckeye with 5 laps to go. As it's 2.5 seconds, the gap almost from Mark Matthews to Jeffrey Buckeye. We got pit stops. Mark Matthews, Jeffrey Buckeye stay out. So does Lily Murphy. But Pollard and I saw Buchanan. Not sure about anyone else. James Shelley and Steve Pollard, Oriole Pollard. So all the Pollards are in. Joey Murphy, Jake Williams, Will Goss, Cody Moore, Kyle Austin, Angel Navarro, and Henry Sanford. Mark Matthews is pitting this time. So is Jeffrey Buckeye. So is Lee Murphy. Austin Ogo and Mike Wagner will stay out, and they will lead now with 3 to go. So will they pit this time around? It looks like it. Wagner and Austin Ogo both slowing down. Harrison Buckeye's well, now he'll be 2 laps down. But Phillips, Don Capps, Nick Nauman. And we'll watch to see if Steven will be the race leader or not. Really not quite sure on that. Looks like Jeff James beat him out, as well as Steve Pollard and Jeffrey Buckeye. So did Lily Murphy. And there's Mark Matthews. So coming around this time by, the white flag will be out to who, I don't know. I believe it'll be Mark Matthews. Yes, indeed it is. And it's a 2.7 second gap over Lily Murphy. Jeffrey Buckeye lost 2 seconds during the round of pit stops. Mike Wagner, Stephen Pollard III, Austin Ogo, Jeff James, Daniel Day, Zach Buchanan, and Kevin White now is the top 10. But off of turn number 4, and it's Mark Matthews taking round number 2 of Dover. Whoa, Steve got 3rd, it looks like. Oh, Steve's a lot down. There's your race winner. Official race speed 154.035 miles an hour. Dominating performance by Mark Matthews. If I can spell Doritos right. Lily Murphy, Jeffrey Buckeye, Stephen Pollard III, Mike Wagner, Austin Ogo, Jeff James, Zach Buchanan, Daniel Day, and Kevin White was the top 10. Very uneventful day here at Dover. As you see the rest of the field, good run by Oriole Pollard. Not sure he probably will have won the top 10, but I'm sure he'll take a 16th here in the combo race. That's his best combo race finish, beating the 18th that he had 2 races ago. And you see Buckeyes rounding out the field. Tough day for Harrison. His day was pretty much over before he started. And congrats to Mark Matthews. Race number 10 will be at St. Petersburg. Should be an eventful start. See there, 10%. Yep, that's how much we ran today. Keep an eye out, definitely, for the Coke Vanilla Cup Series race number 14. We'll be going to Pocono. And then Cheetos IndyCar Series race 9 will be at Pocono as well. Or no, that'll be at Iowa. I'm sorry. Pocono's after that. We'll see you there. This has been GornFan291, and I am signing off. See you later, guys.